What is up, everybody? Jake here. Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. We are out here in the Woodyard. As you can see behind me, I still got the International truck here with all of the scrap piece of wood that I was loading up in the last video. I just brought down the tractor, still got the Wicked Grapple on the front of it. I have some maple rounds, mostly maple, one birch round, maybe a couple pieces of ash, all cut up here and kind of in my way as far as moving forward, because you saw in the last video, I stacked up all this oak right in the front of the pile here, which I'd like to get split up this week as soon as possible, because obviously it was a live red oak tree, so that's going to take a while to season, so I want to get that going as soon as possible. But I don't want to start cutting that stuff up yet and then mix it up with this maple and ash that's already here in front of the splitter. Obviously this stuff isn't going to fill up a full tote, but once I get through all this oak, I'll be back into the maple and ash. So my plan for right now is to split this stuff up here. You know, I'll grab a tote from over there, fill it up partially. I'll put that tote off to the side. And then I've been kind of putting my totes that I don't have full ones of, like the species like cherry and oak and stuff. I've been putting like the partially filled ones over here. So obviously the one on the top is cherry, this one is oak, and then this one is a bunch of, actually it's like Chinese elm that's in there that I got from work. And I'm saving that one for the wood stove for myself in the wintertime, because that stuff should be pretty good. So I'll obviously grab, once I get back into that oak, I'll grab this tote of oak, finish splitting that up, or filling that up. But for now, before we get ahead of ourselves, gonna split up this maple. It is like 95 degrees here, super humid. The heat wave is back for at least a couple days. So I'm just gonna be taking it pretty slow. We're just gonna split up this little bit here, and then maybe we'll see. We'll cut up some of that oak, but I also have like a pile and a half or a load and a half of wood chips from the tree removal job I did that I need to spread up in the front of the Woodyard road. So we might do that. We'll just see. It's all based on how I'm feeling and the heat here, because it is pretty muggy and uncomfortable. But as I've been saying, I like to do a tote a day. It keeps the doctor away. But as long as we're doing something, even if it's not a full tote, if we split a little bit, move some wood chips, cut some rounds, that's being productive. You know, just got to keep pushing forward. So here we go. Look what the cat dragged in. Actually, maybe not the cat, maybe the dogs dragged her in. How's it going?
It's good.
Come down to help or just say hi?
Just to say hi. It's too hot out.
It's really hot.
I have to go to the grocery store.
Oh, well, we do have to eat, so that's important.
Yes.
Well, Louie, what are you doing, bud? It's hot out, right? We're all moving slow. I'm surprised Gus isn't laying down yet.
They both just ran through with their electric collars.
Oh, that's good. Got a little
like
extra zap. No, I think it's starting to not really faze them anymore. Well, all right, I'm gonna keep plugging away here.
Okay, it's good to see you.
Likewise. Okay guys, we got all that wood split up, and to my surprise, it split out to be more than I thought it was going to be. We got a little bit more than half of one of these 330-gallon totes here. Now I haven't thrown anything down in the middle yet, but that is a good amount of firewood. It is really hot, and I am pretty dang sweaty. But you know, while I was splitting here, as you can see, my kindling or scrap catcher is pretty much, well, not pretty much, it definitely is overflowing to the point where stuff can't even fall down through the grate anymore. So I think I'm gonna take the grapple off the tractor here and swap it out for the pallet forks. We're gonna do a little cleanup because right now I was going through all that maple and stuff. Got a bunch of sawdust here. My bucking station is kind of filled in with sawdust. We got scraps all over. You know, this thing is full. And I don't know about you guys, but I think you've been able to tell if you've been watching the videos, following along with the channel for a while. I'm a pretty neat and organized, tidy person, and that is no exception when it comes out to the woodyard. You know, I think that the best, easiest way to be productive in doing anything, but especially with firewood, since there's so many moving parts and so many, you know, stages to it, from the procuring of the firewood to the cutting, to the splitting, to the stacking, the seasoning, the delivery, everything's got to be orderly and neat. And I just think having a neat and orderly, tidy woodyard ends up being like the easiest thing to do to increase your production. If you're constantly driving around from one spot to another, you know, you're wasting time. If your logs are on one end of your woodyard and your splitter's on the other, and you know where you stack is way over there, it's just not efficient. If you look at Chris in the woodyard, his channel is fantastic. I'm sure a lot of you guys watch it. He splits exactly where he's stacking for the most part. I mean, granted, now he has that big fancy Easton-made processor. That thing's pretty sweet. Definitely jealous. So yeah, I mean, he now splits into his dump trailer and then moves it, but drives it right to where he's going to stack it. So I think a big thing about being productive in doing firewood and making money at selling and splitting firewood is that you got to be neat and orderly. And I think it reflects in your end product. And when people stop by your woodyard, or if your woodyard's out on the road, having big, massive, you know, piles of junk wood like this is not gonna appeal to customers. You gotta haul that stuff away or burn it or, you know, use it somehow. And yeah, so that's my little spiel on productivity and keeping a neat and orderly woodyard. So once I get this tote out of the way, that's what we're gonna focus the rest of the day on, because it's just too hot and humid to do anything else. The air is thick. I need some water. Well, guys, I talked about productivity, and you know what? You can't be productive if you're rushing. I just put down the tote and put it down too quickly, and all the wood I stacked just came toppling over. So now I have to take the time to restack it, which is not something I want to do. Doing it once in this temperature is bad enough, but having to do it twice just adds insult to injury. So needless to say, I'm pretty pissed off right now. But you know what? Such is life. Oh, God. All right, here we go. Okay, so that really wasn't that bad. I was just a little perturbed in the moment, but I went ahead and restacked it, and I made it so that it's even and filled in the middle. That way, when transporting it again, it can't fall out like that. I don't really move these things around too often. I mean, I guess that cherry one I did. Well, and I guess that oak one I did. But yeah, this is the way to do it. Stack it up even the whole way. So back to work. All right, guys, pulled all the scraps out. Got the burn barrel over here. Got my tote that I've started to put kindling pieces in for bundling later on. So basically, I'm just gonna go through, get a little fire going, sort out the good kindling from the scraps and like bark and stuff, burn all that stuff up, and that's one of the steps here to that I like to do, at least, to keep things neat and orderly. So here we go. Well, guys, we got a little fire going there. It's being a little tough to start because it's so wet out, humid. It poured rain last night too, so all this stuff is kind of wet. I didn't have it covered, but I separated out all the bark, put some of, or a bunch of the kindling in there. Just brought the scrap catcher over here. I'm gonna rake up and clean up around the splitter here. Throw the rest of the scraps in here, but I made plenty of room to probably split another cord or two before this thing fills up. So because it's so hot and wet and the fire's not really catching like it normally does, I'm not going to worry too much, spend too much time on that. So yeah, let's keep cleaning up. All right, guys, we got everything all cleaned up. We are back ready and reset to start digging into this oak and the rest of this big pile here. We got all the scraps in here piled up. They will smolder and burn away tonight. Got all that bark and stuff to throw on. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or something if I can get the fire going again. But we got our partially filled totes over here. This first one in the front is oak, so I will be bringing that out once we start cutting up this oak. Got our cookie basket almost all filled up. Got all of our empty baskets over here, ready to be filled back up with firewood. Got our kindling basket. We got our bundle basket. We got the chipper pallet stacked up, IBC bladder, tops, and lids ready to go. I just got in from Amazon a couple days ago, 30 more bungee cords for those lids. So guys, we are in good shape. Now, I know this might seem like, Jake, you just wasted a whole afternoon. You didn't really get anything done. Well, I did get like half a tote done. But for me personally, I don't know about you guys, like I said before, I can't work well or efficiently if everything's not clean. It needs to look clean. I mean, you saw me. I was blowing the asphalt millings here to get off all the leaves and everything. And something I was thinking about is like, yeah, okay, I might be blowing the leaves in my Woodyard, but you know what? This Woodyard also doubles as like the set or the stage for, I'd say, 90% of all these videos that you guys watch. So to me, it's important that it looks good for you guys because that reflects directly on me. And not only are you guys watching it, but potential customers could be watching this that, you know, buy firewood from me and that go to the firewood stand and see the sign and the links, you know, with the stickers to the channel and everything. So a clean Woodyard is a productive Woodyard in my mind, and this afternoon is well worth it, especially on such a hot day like it was today. Now, the winds as you can probably hear, are picking up. The sky is getting gray, so I'm not sure if a storm is rolling in or what, but I think this is a good place for me to end the video. So as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Really appreciate you stopping by. Please consider subscribing. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Any questions, comments, or feedback, throw it down there in that comment section below. I'd really appreciate it. But for now, I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.